We have all been there. You drop your remarkably expensive, impeccably shiny rectangle of glass, and it shatters. A tragedy, certainly, but historically a solvable one. So you buy a replacement screen. You sit down, roll up your sleeves, and quickly realize your shiny device is sealed tighter than a state secret. There are no screws, only glue. Welcome to the modern era of planned obsolescence. Tech giants, let us call them slippery eels, discovered that if you cannot fix your device, you are forced to simply buy a new one. This brilliant business strategy has a slight downside. It generates an ocean of electronic waste. Globally, we discard over 60 million tons of e-waste every single year. The European Union, naturally, finds this incredibly inefficient and environmentally disastrous. So, Brussels decided it was time to forcefully open the glued-shut doors of the technology industry. Enter the Right to Repair Directive. This is not just a polite suggestion for companies to be nicer. It is a comprehensive legal hammer designed to make electronics fixable again. For years, manufacturers defended their unopenable boxes with excuses about consumer safety, waterproofing, and security. They invented bizarre proprietary screws just to keep you out. The EU essentially replied that while waterproofing is nice, a battery that dies after 2 years and cannot be swapped is practically extortion. They demanded a return to sanity. The push started with household appliances. The Eco-Design Directive forced makers of washing machines, dishwashers, and refrigerators to ensure their products could be disassembled with standard tools. Furthermore, manufacturers are now legally obligated to provide spare parts to professional repairers for up to 10 years after the last unit of that model leaves the factory. But while fixing a 10-year-old washing machine is excellent, the real battleground was the device sitting in your pocket. The smartphone replacement cycle had become absurdly short. When the EU announced they were coming for smartphones and tablets, the tech lobbyists swarmed Brussels. They claimed that right-to-repair laws would stifle innovation and compromise user privacy. The European Commission remained utterly unimpressed by these dramatic pleas. They passed new rules expanding the repair mandate directly into the realm of personal electronics. Under the new rules, smartphone manufacturers must design devices so that batteries and screens can be safely replaced by independent repairers or even consumers themselves. But the physical hardware was only half the battle. The tech industry had developed a dark art known as software part pairing. This is where the true bureaucratic warfare began. Part pairing means that every component has a unique digital serial number. If you replace a broken screen with an identical, original screen from another phone, the device detects it. The software then artificially disables features or bombards you with error messages. It is an arbitrary lock designed purely to maintain a corporate monopoly on repairs. The Right to Repair Directive specifically targets this practice. Manufacturers are now banned from using software restrictions that impede the use of second-hand or compatible third-party spare parts. They are also legally forced to publish their repair manuals. No more hiding schematics in secret corporate vaults. Independent shops finally have the legal right to the blueprints. This breathes life back into independent repair shops. Instead of mailing your phone away for 3 weeks and paying an exorbitant fee, you can walk down the street to a local technician. To make this process transparent, the EU introduced the European Repair Information Form. It is a standardized document that repairers provide to consumers before the work even begins. This form lays out the price, the exact repairs needed, and the expected time frame. It standardizes the market, ensuring you are not hit with surprise fees when you pick up your vacuum. Now you might ask, what happens when the mandatory 2-year legal warranty expires? Previously, you were entirely on your own. The new directive changes this landscape entirely. Even after the legal guarantee expires, manufacturers are now obligated to repair common devices like washing machines, vacuums, and phones for a reasonable fee, if technically repairable. And if you choose repair over replacement while still under warranty, the EU rewards you by extending your legal guarantee by an additional year. An elegant incentive to reduce waste. To connect people with local fixers, the directive also establishes an online matchmaking platform. Think of it as a dating app, but for finding someone to fix your broken toaster. We will also soon see a widespread repairability index. Similar to energy efficiency labels, products will be graded on a scale, so you know exactly how fixable a device is before you buy it. Companies that rely on glue and proprietary screws will have to proudly display a terrible repairability score, a public shaming mechanism that works wonders in a competitive market. And here is the magic of the Brussels effect. It is far too expensive for global tech giants to design one repairable phone for Europe and a glued-shut phone for the rest of the world. So, they changed their global manufacturing process. By regulating the European market, the EU effectively forces companies to provide repairable devices to consumers worldwide. The right to repair is not just about saving money. It is a fundamental shift away from the throwaway culture of the 21st century. It acknowledges that true ownership of a device means having the ability to maintain it, open it, and fix it without asking a massive corporation for permission. Now, if only I could find a directive that forces my tailor to repair the elbow patches on this tweed jacket with the same level of standardized efficiency. Unfortunately, bureaucracy cannot fix everything just yet. Class dismissed.